There's a very common misconception with where I am. If I was to say to somebody, I'm painting these scenes, I live in Dubai, they would just naturally assume, without seeing my work, that I'm painting super tall structures and luxury yachts and whatever else. I've always been drawn to areas of high natural beauty. So what I did was basically just heading to the mountains. There's like a line of the Hajar Mountains that comes through. So it runs through Fujairah and Ras Al Khaimah and into Oman. It's those spots that I am just more and more drawn to over time. So yes, I do paint in Dubai, but what I love to do is get out of the city and actually paint in these areas of high natural beauty. I grew up in a place called Evesham, pretty much the middle of England. My grandfather, he was like a hobby artist. So I used to sit and watch him paint. Whenever there's anybody creative in your family, I think you're automatically kind of drawn to that. I left school and I took an art and design course, and it covered everything. So it wasn't painting. I hadn't got the interest in it that I thought I had. I had a bad experience with my tutor, just didn't really believe in what my vision for myself was, so I ended up leaving. Just stopped completely, completely fell out of love with it. It was only when I moved to Dubai that I started to really get back into it. It was a long time ago, so Dubai was different. It was like a giant construction site, but there was areas which were done, these complete areas, and you can see, okay, wow, this is what this place is actually going to be like. What drew me to the creek and the harbour in the first place, for a start, it's so different to any other part of the city of Dubai. You know, it is the old Dubai. But when you actually start to look at what's down there, as in visually, you know, the colour on those boats, it's just incredible, and you can actually visualise paintings as you're walking around. I've always been drawn to something that is visually appealing to me. If I automatically go, yeah, this is cool looking, then I'm going to try and paint it. Fujairah is probably the first place that I went to that I really started to see something different to what I'd seen in the city. I was stunned by the scenery, but hadn't even contemplated one day I could be painting this. It was only really actually when I got my Jeep that I went to explore. I would park up the Jeep and then literally just get out, start walking and start exploring, start hiking. And that was how it all started. The way that the light comes in to these big Hajar mountain ranges, it's very reminiscent of the southwest landscape. These are landscapes that haven't been painted before, so you know this is an opportunity to be like, you know, one of the explorers, to go out and actually see these places. The paintings that I'm doing, they are big, they are bold. I work on a large scale. Generally, when I'm in the studio, I reserve my tiny little 6x8s and 8x10 panels for when I'm outside. So I think when you're painting the types of things that I'm painting, size does matter. It's important that you get the sense of scale of what you're looking at. It's very difficult to explain the feeling of actually standing at the base of one of these mountains, of how grand it is. There's moments when you really realise how lucky you are, how incredible it is to live somewhere like this. I have a pretty clear vision of what my future looks like. I know where I want to be, I know what I have to do to get there, and now it's all just about putting in the work to make sure that that happens.